Let me give you, because this is going to be what I call, rightfully so, an uncomfortable message for us this morning, because when you talk about God's holiness and you grasp God's holiness, you have to see yourself in contrast to that. And anytime we see ourselves, I don't know about you, anytime I see myself in contrast to God, I'm going to become very uncomfortable. Amen. If we see God, who God is, and we see who we are, we should become very uncomfortable because of his perfection and our imperfections. Amen. And we should be like Isaiah, woe is me. You know, don't destroy me in your presence. I mean, that's when you hit God. Amen. And so what we want to look at, and I want to give you some background on my BC before Christ. Because after Christ, I'm kind of the same kind of person. But when I went to church, Brian, for whatever reason, I guess God focused me. I was never into the preacher or the praise team, because I figured, now I'm a sinner, and I know it had to be God helping me with this. I'm a sinner, but all I was interested in what he's going to say out that book. Right. I was just, all I knew was you come here and that man's going to read out that book and listen to what that man says in that book. And everything else is a side thing to me. All right. What is he saying out that book? And so when I got saved, I had a thing for the book. What does book say? Because I'm supposed to obey this book. And I couldn't understand why he would open up the Bible and he would go to Malachi and he said, will a man rob God? Yet have you robbed me. And it sounded like there was tension about giving in the church. And I couldn't understand people who said they're called to be with Christ, going to church. Why there should be tension if he opened the book to give them instructions, Keisha, why wouldn't they obeying it? Because we all here for what's in this book. That's the way I saw it. So your pastor, BC, before Christ, always was in the book. In AC, I'm after Christ. I'm going to be in the book. What's in this book? What am I supposed to be doing? How am I supposed to be obeying? Because this book gets my relationship with God. And so with that in mind, let's let it speak for what it says. Don't bring God down to our level. The most dangerous thing that's going on in the church today is we're making God at our level. What do I mean by that? We're bringing God down so we can live with God. So we don't have no convictions. We can be right in our sin, come to church and have no convictions. We can come to church and not raise our hands. We can come to church and just like there's no presence here.